Peace and blessings, everyone. Welcome back to the Humble Servant Homestead. Today, I am out here getting ready to harvest some of our sweet potatoes. Now, I am anxious to see what we have underneath the ground here. And I know you all are anxious as well, guys. So as y'all can see, our sweet potatoes, they are pretty much just about everywhere with these slips right here. They did came on out inside of our walkway and on out into the grass. But if you all notice, before I start taking them on out, if you all notice what these potatoes did, or these sweet potatoes did, they started putting down roots just about everywhere that they touch the ground, therefore gathering up nutrients, sending back to the base of the vine, guys. Okay, therefore, hey, making some real nice tubers underneath the ground. Now, what we are going to do, like I said, I can show you all better than I can tell you, but come on in real quick. Some of the things that I am going to be using today to harvest these sweet potatoes. Of course, I have my handy machete that I will be using to chop back the foliage, and I also have my fork here that I will be using to dig to get down to wherever those sweet potatoes are hiding. And also, MJ! Also have my little man, my son, coming on in here to help to gather up those sweet potatoes as we find them underneath the ground, guys. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing right now is I am going to come on in and start chopping back this foliage, and I'm going to be putting them aside. Are you okay, sheep? And I am going to be putting them aside, guys. And what I'm going to be doing with those, because remember, nothing goes to waste here on the homestead. Now, if I did not have sheep or goats here on the homestead, these I will be putting them in a compost to go ahead and break down to use back inside of the garden bed, or simply I could throw them back on top of the garden bed, throw some hay on top of them, and just let them go ahead and break back down in place. Because remember, all the nutrients that these sweet potatoes took from out of the ground is also stored inside of the foliage, in the leaves, and it will go right back into the soil. But hey, the animals, they eat it, and that nutrients is also inside of the poop or the dung of the animals, guys, and in turn we will bring it right back inside of the garden. Okay, now another thing, remember, like I state in my previous videos, that these sweet potato leaves right here, you don't necessarily have to throw all your sweet potato leaves away, because they are very beneficial as well, with quite a bit of nutrients that you can also partake with these leaves. Okay, so keep that in mind, guys. Don't throw all your sweet potato leaves away. All right, so come on down, baby. We're going to go ahead and start taking out. Yes, this is the walkway. All right, make sure y'all not behind me with this machete, because I don't want to let it go accidentally and it hit one of you all right? Okay. And so while we are down here, and while we have the animals down here with us, what we're going to go ahead and do is give them some treat. This is like a treat to them, because by the time we get through, finish harvesting, all this may not even still be remaining down there. Whoop! And as y'all can see, look at that. They are already munching away. Okay, so let's go ahead and get back on into harvesting these sweet potatoes.
Giving those to them as well?
Well, I'm not going to give them everything in one day. So like I said, I will separate it out into separate meals. You know, I come on down here and give it to them whenever it is needed, right? Oh wow, look at that. Now, I touched on this just the other day, but look at that with these sweet potatoes right here. Now, this is just, like I said, a bonus, because this is coming from the actual vine that was running, and what happened, it went ahead and put a root down in the ground and therefore beared us a tuber. All right, so we'll just put that right there. Yes, yes, absolutely. And the beautiful thing about with these sweet potatoes right here, as they grow, you know, like she said, it's a carpet and the cover, so therefore the sun cannot hit the soil, therefore no weeds or anything can grow inside of this area. Okay.
So let us just look to see how thick and lush the carpet is.
Oh yes, it's very thick. You can see there, it is very thick. And what that is as well is these sweet potatoes, the soil was very healthy, and that is why, if you notice, you have very thick sweet potato vines. That means your soil was rich with a lot of nutrients. And one of the nutrients that you don't want too much of in the soil when you're planting sweet potatoes is nitrogen, guys. Okay, you don't want too much nitrogen, because what that can do, it will give you a lot of foliage and a lot of vigorous growth. Yes, on the top. Okay, and sometimes that will leave you not to get enough tubers underneath because you had too much nutrients in the soil. Okay, so keep that in mind whenever you're planting sweet potatoes, not to give a whole lot of nitrogen. Okay, but I'm telling you, it's always a pleasure to come on out here and harvest, because you just don't know what you're going to find. All right, come down this row and make pretty much a path, because we're not going to harvest everything today. All right, let's get all this cleared out right here, guys. And I know a lot of y'all may be saying, hey, this man is crazy. Ain't he worrying about snakes? Absolutely not. I'm not worrying about snakes, guys. One of the thing is, if you're walking in the woods or you're working like this right here and you're looking for snakes, guess what's going to happen? You will find snakes. So therefore, I am working. Snake is not on my mind. So therefore, hey, I'm not looking for him. But if he do show up, it's one of those things. I'm gonna get you first before you get me. Okay? Oh wow, look at that. And this is coming off of another vine. Wow. This is not even coming from the main. This is not coming from the main vine, guys. This is coming from a runner. Just a, you know, wow, that's nice. And we'll see what else we get. Okay, all right, we're gonna go ahead. Come on in, buddy. You're standing over there watching me. Come on in and get some of this pull action right here. Come on, come over here. Come where I'm at. Put your hand in there and get ready to pull on three. One. Oh, you want to try it yourself? No? Come on 3. 1, 2, 3. Pull. Look at that. He didn't even want to try it for himself. Look at that. Pulled it right on up out of there, guys. Okay. And I'm going to tell you that right there is a workout in it of itself. All right. But one of the things that I want to show you all is look at all this animal feed, guys. Look at all this. That right there is at least about, I said just that, about 3 days worth of animal feeds that I can give to my animals. But one of the thing is, you don't want to give them this just straight greenery all at once like that, especially these goats and sheep, because right now their diet is pretty much hay. Okay, so you want to give them a little bit of this right here and then still give them some hay on top of that, so that way they don't get the run-ins. All right, and we don't want them to get sick like that. All right, because they can get bloat. They get real excited and they come on in and eat too much all at once, cause them to get bloat. But nonetheless, we're not here to talk about animals. We're here to talk about harvesting out all these sweet potatoes. Now, from what I'm seeing quite a bit of signs here, guys. Even look at that. Got sweet potatoes. Look at that. Now, that's a big one. That's a big one. Okay. One of the things I want to talk about real quick, if you all remember, I feel like I'm stepping on a sweet potato right there. But if you all remember, when we came on in and planted these sweet potatoes, what we did, we end up putting hay down on those sweet potatoes. And right now, as you cannot tell that there was hay placed down inside of this area, because what happened, it broke down. Plus, I noticed quite a bit of roly-polies in here that break all this hay down. But another thing that I want to show you is look at the soil. Look at the soil, guys. It changed the color of the soil from all that activity, all those roly-polies eating the hay and pooping out all that organic matter back in the soil. Therefore, we have even richer dirt than when we first started, okay? And that is a plus. I don't know. I know we're gonna get something because of what I'm seeing here, but only time will tell as we go. Another thing is, like I said, I stated in the other video that I did, that we pretty much did a square foot gardening with these sweet potatoes. Every foot going that direction and that direction, we put a slip down, guys. And that was just to utilize this whole entire garden bed right here. All right, so keep that in mind. If you don't have a whole lot of space and you want to plant to be able to get a great yield, just plant your stuff a little bit closer, okay? All right, so we'll go ahead and see what we get out of there. And look at that. We're going to see what we get. All right. And so I'm going to show you all something right here. With this first hole, as y'all can see, we got two little small potatoes out of there. Now look at this root structure and how long that root structure grew. Automatically, I can tell why this happened right here. Now remember, I did not came in and put any nitrogen in this area. All I did came in, I add in potassium and phosphorus in this area for my sweet potatoes. But I am guessing that all that straw that came out of the goat pen that I put in caused this right here, because that goat manure had nitrogen in it, guys. Okay, but all the time will tell as we keep on digging and as we keep on going. All right, so let's go ahead and keep on digging. I believe we're going to get a good yield out of here. You know, hey, we will see. We will see. Look at that. Send roots. Look at that. Okay. We're going to move on down to the next hole here. Okay. It's a pretty nice one. But what I'm noticing, look at that. We have a little bit of split in these potatoes here. And that is not good, because that can compromise. Huh? Oh, yeah. That right there can compromise storage for those potatoes. Okay. Yeah. I do see some strong roots as well. Okay. Here we go. Now I'm going to tell you, from what I'm seeing here, last year's harvest was a good success. Okay, this year is a good success as well. I am thankful, because all I put in was slip. I didn't plant it tubers. So, but look at that split, guys. Guessing could be from too much water, maybe too much moisture in the soil, but still got some good looking ones there. Let's keep on going and see what we get out of here. Okay. That's a pretty nice one. It's a pretty big one there. Okay. And look at that. That's all that one gave us. Was just that big one. Too much nitrogen in this bed right here. too much nitrogen. And that's what that is, okay? So putting that hay from the goat manure in here with the little bit of dung in the manure, that's what got us right here where we are now, okay? But we're going to keep on harvesting. Like I said, I am still thankful because I could have came out here and didn't harvest anything, guys. All right. Okay, there's another one. I felt when I poked that one. Okay. Ooh, look at that baby there. Wow. That's a good one. Look at that there, guys. That's pretty big. Still getting some splits in those potatoes. But that wasn't bad at all right there. Ooh. It's pretty nice. Split, yep. All right. One break.
What is this?
Some caterpillar.
Turn your mic back off and try it again.
Okay. And I'm just going to show you all, like I said, with all this cracking, guys, look at that. Okay. And like I said, probably too much water, too much moisture in the soil. But even thinking back, we did got quite a bit of rain down here where we are located at Growth Zone 8A. And so I think that's what's causing this issue right here where we're finding quite a bit of our sweet potatoes crack, guys. Now also another thing is, like I was saying, I think that this soil right here is too fat. We have a lot of nutrients in here because this is a root that I've pulled out, and as y'all can see, these here are the size tubers that we are getting from underneath the soil. Now we did got quite a bit of big ones from out of the ground as well, but I just want to bring to you all the good, the bad, and the ugly, guys. Okay. Yeah, we're getting quite a bit of roots and not a whole bunch of large tubers, but I'm not here to complain, guys, because I am thankful, like I said, because so far I am pulling food out of the ground that I can use to feed me and my family. Okay. And then again, hey, if we didn't harvest enough fruits or enough roots from underneath, hey, we can harvest some leaves to eat as well. So hey, you know, that to also keep in mind. All right, so we're going to go ahead and keep on digging. All right, just going to keep on digging and see what we find. Wow, look at that. A lot of strong roots, but no tubers. All right. And if you all remember, all season long, or all spring long, I tell you that you don't need a whole lot of nitrogen in here. And look at that. I think I might have brought in a little bit too much nitrogen in this garden area right here. All right. So there you go. We're still, nonetheless, we're still harvesting food from out of here. All right. We're still harvesting food. And so that is still enough to be thankful for. All right. Oh, wow. Look at that. Okay. Well, that's not too bad. Compared to last year, I was at least pulling right at about 3 to 4 or 5 tubers out of a hole, guys. So, hey, you know,
Yeah, we'll compare the amount because keep in mind we did plant these significantly closer than
yeah,
what we did last season.
yeah, we did. That we did do. Okay, guys. And so, as I am here digging, and what I'm coming up with, hey, is quite a bit of these, which is just a whole bunch of roots and not enough tubers. Now, obviously, we already figure out what the issue is with this right here. So next year, when I plant back my potatoes, that's a nice little one. We have a little bit of cracking from all that water and moisture and rain that we have got um, on these sweet potatoes here. If you all notice, I did planted these sweet potatoes a bit different this year. That's a nice one. Um, Despite that crack that we have. But if you all notice, we planted our sweet potatoes different this year, guys. Um, I don't think next year we will plant them back down on the flat like I did this year. Oh, look, I broke that. I'm going to go back into planting them back on a mound. Okay, we're going to plant them back on a mound. Simple fact, what that mound is going to do with these potatoes is going to help with the drainage. That is the reason why I did do a lot of my garden in the beginning on a mound because of how the water would hold in the soil. Okay, so as I can, as I see, I'm going to have to go back to doing that. And look at that, how this sweet potato pretty much heal itself from that crack, guys. Okay, so hey, like I said, we're not going to throw them away. We're going to cook them up and still use them in the kitchen. Um, if you were to sell them for marketing purposes, it doesn't really look pleasant, but in a situation where if all you have to eat is that potato with that crack in it, I can guarantee you, if you're hungry enough, that would not stop you from buying that. Okay? So, like I said, look at that, more cracks. Next year, we're going to put them back on a mound. And I also think I'm going to put them back in this same area right here. Okay? Usually, I do like to put them in a different area, in a different spot, but I think next year I will put them back in here Okay. Wow, look at that. And that one just grew long. Um, and what happened, it started growing. So what happened with this one, you had a long root, okay? And I guess once the foliage stole all the nitrogen out of the ground, what happened is started to go ahead and making that tuber on that long root. And that's how you end up with this right here, okay? And so that's what that is, okay? And as y'all can see, this we just have those little smaller tubers coming out. But I tell you one thing though, we have, okay, look at that. Okay, so just like I was just explaining, look at this right here. So just so I can explain to you and show you what is pretty much going on. This is where I planted that vine. And if you can see, this is the root right here, traveled all the way on out here. And what happened once the foliage took all the nitrogen out of the ground, then it said, hey, now it is time I can go ahead and start making a tuber. And that's what it pretty much started doing, guys. And that's why you see it just like this right here. Okay, look at that. Wow. Wasn't expecting to run into this down here on this harvest, but you know what, I'm going to take you all along with me, because I did promise you all I'm going to take you all along with this sweet potato harvest. Okay, and so that is what I am intended to do, because if I'm not showing you all the bad side and the ugly side of gardening, what is the purpose of coming out here to garden anyway if I'm just going to show you all the pretty side of it? There is ugly side to gardening as well. This is not so much of a bad or ugly side, but it's ugly enough, you know. This is the bad side, not the ugly side. Right, right. Yes, absolutely. And so we still have a few more to go. So hey, um, so far I think it's yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. And we're going to go ahead and keep on digging. All right. And remember, like I said, if you come out here looking for snakes, you will find a snake. In this particular moment, I was not looking for a snake, guys. Now, this right here is a baby rat snake that just came from out of the dirt as we were digging. I guess he's probably trying to go and hibernate because, yes, it is getting pretty cold here in Grow Zone 8A, guys. So I guess he was trying to go and hibernate. All right. But look at that. That's what we are getting. Some sweet potatoes out of here. And look at that. That is one where the vole came in and damaged as well. All right. So far, since I put my little, what you call it? Deterrent out here. The voles, they stop eating on the potatoes. Okay, so hey, I guess the little thing there is doing its job, and that's exactly what we wanted to do. Is its job to get rid of those little pesky little voles. Okay.
I think you're referring to.
Yes. Okay, and as y'all can see, guys, We have been moving. But one thing I do know, you know, this is some real nice soil here, guys. This soil is just, it's beautiful. It is very moist. It's very moist, that we definitely can see and we can tell it is definitely moist. And so we got right here in this spot right here, guys. Now, if you all remember in that video that I dropped, how to tell when your sweet potatoes are ready to be harvested. If you can look, I don't know if you can tell, but there is a bulging of the soil right in this area right here. Okay, there's a bulging that let me know. I'm going to, as y'all can see, look at that. I'm going to peel that back and look at that, guys. As y'all can see, sweet potatoes. Now, usually what would happen with this bulging, it would also cause the soil to crack. Okay, but it could be based on the soil type that I have here. It's not a hard clay, so therefore it wouldn't crack because the soil is pretty soft, guys, and loose. So it just push away the soil. Therefore, the looseness of the soil crumbles back and cover back up the crack that this potato would have caused. Okay. So as I was also digging, my wife asked the question. Oops! Oh, look at that! I just spoke one. My wife asked the question: would I plant them back 1 foot apart? And I told her absolutely yes, I would come back on in and plant them 1 foot apart. I don't believe that planting them 1 foot apart causes me not to get any tubers out of this ground right here. I think simply I just had too much nitrogen in the soil some kind of way. Right here, these right here are the Beauregard sweet potatoes, guys. Look at that. If you all remember, like I said, I like to get my Beauregards out the ground right at about 90 days, and this is the reason why. You leave them in any longer, and they will tend to start sprouting underneath the soil. And look at that. Just a lot of moisture, guys. A lot of moisture in these sweet potatoes. That right there can also affect the taste and the flavor of your sweet potatoes from too much moisture. Okay. But as we go, all the time will tell as we cook them up and see what the flavor is like. Okay. But we're getting pretty close. Definitely next year, like I said, I will be putting them back on a mound. Look at that. That is more Beauregards. Um, nothing, nothing. I and you know what? I wouldn't really call this harvest a complete loss. I wouldn't call it a complete loss. Simple reason why I was able to harvest some food out of here. Okay, so not a complete loss at all. Um, was I expecting to get a little bit more out of here? Yes, I was. But even though I did not get what I was expected, I am still thankful because I am still able to feed my family. Okay, look at that. Lots of cracks in these potatoes. Uh, Definitely not what we were looking for, but hey, we will pay close attention to these potatoes next year, especially once they get to size of what we need them to be. If we have to harvest them a little bit earlier, so that way we don't run into these cracks, that's what we will have to do. All that rain that we had, plus the foliage, um, keep a lot of that moisture in as well. So Um, Look at that. It's not a bad one there. All right, just stick with us. We keep on keeping on moving. Get these last few out of the ground right here. Okay. Whoa, look at that. That one was right on top of the surface. And, you know, hey, you win some and you also lose some. You're not going to win them all.
I won't count it as a loss.
No, absolutely not.
That's it.
No, that is beautiful. That is beautiful. That is what we, look for when we come on out here to harvest these potatoes. But I'm also going to tell you what happened here as well. See how all these did what it's supposed to do? We're pretty much at a hill, okay? So whenever it rains, what happened? A lot of that nutrients in the soil run downhill, guys. And I'm going to tell you what happened. Just about all that was down here at the bottom of the hill, guess what? All I got was roots. And that's the reason why I'm getting most of my harvest right about in this area right here. This is where I am getting a lot of good size sweet potatoes, okay? And all that nutrients, like I said, ran down the hill. All right, now that was beautiful. That was beautiful. I come out here to harvest. That's what I like to pull up out of the ground, is some real nice tubers looking like that. But like I said, guys, I don't want to sit here and make it sound as if I am not thankful and I'm complaining about what I'm getting out of the ground, because I am thankful. I am very much so thankful, because, hey, it could have been nothing underneath the ground. It could have been nothing. Okay? Look at that. That is not bad. Still have a couple of small ones underneath. Okay? But hey, keep on digging. And like I said, we are getting close to the end. And this stuff that you see coming up right here, this is the basin of the ground right here, guys. As you see, the color is actually different from what is above the soil. Okay, so look at that difference. Okay, so I'm actually glad and happy that I am actually breaking it up even a little bit more up underneath there. That is where my rototiller was not able to reach, but with me bringing that up, I'm able to break that up from underneath the soil. So if I do plant more potatoes under here, they won't struggle to get down to the bottom. All right, so let's go ahead and dig these last few and see what they do.
The last one.
Yep, we're getting there. That's another nice potato. All right. And that is it right there for this sweet potato harvest right here, guys. Okay, that is it. So what we're going to do, we're going to come on over here to the wheelbarrow and see what we got out of here. Like I said, I have quite a bit of animal feed. This area, I am going to come back on in and dig the rest of these. Let me know if you all want to come along with me when I dig these right here, so y'all can see what else I get out of here. Like I said, a lot of them, we're getting quite a bit of roots, not a whole lot of sweet potatoes out of the ground. But if you want to come, I'll be more than happy to take you all along with me harvesting those. But if you all can see right here as well, I did put these few to the side, because look at that. Now these on here could have swelled up a little bit bigger, but usually when we have a real nice harvest year from our sweet potatoes, they would be looking like this when we pull them out. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, let's say about 8 tubers just on just one slip that I've planted right here. So look at that. Okay, like I said, this could have done a little bit bigger. They could have been a little bit bigger on this vine right here, guys, but the nutrients was too rich in the soil, and so that's what we end up with. But over here, what we also ended up with is we got quite a bit of potatoes in here. Not bad at all. Of course, you know, we have small, as y'all can see, and we have some pretty good sized ones. Okay, and look at all that split right there. You know, not too happy with the split, but hey, I have to take what I get, and that is what I will go ahead and do. Okay, and so as y'all can see, that is it right there. Like I said, when I came down here and planted, all I planted was just slip. And look at what the Most High have blessed us with here, guys. A whole wheelbarrow full of sweet potatoes. And for that, I am thankful. I am happy you all came along with us today to harvest these sweet potatoes. But nonetheless, as y'all can see, this is what we got out the ground. What we're going to do now is take these on up underneath the shed and get them cured up, so that way the sugar content can get a little bit more sweeter on the inside of these sweet potatoes. And hey, I know when my mom get home, she'll probably start picking out this wheelbarrow and start cooking, guys. All right. So nonetheless, that is it right there. I just want to say thanks to each and every one of you all out there for stopping by the Humble Servant Homestead. And as always, peace and blessings to each and every one of you all out there. Remember, keep a smile on your face. You be happy, you be cheerful, and you be blessed, guys. Like I said, let me know if you all want to see me harvest out the rest of those sweet potatoes, and I will be more than happy to take you all along with us. Have a blessed day. Catch you all in the next video.